Hello and welcome to another episode of Real Estate Catch Up. As you already know, in Real Estate Catch Up, we bring you interesting stories, bringing you up to date to the trends in real estate in an educative and fun way. And today we are talking about something very interesting, really interesting, because one would think that the major factors that affect rent or rental values in an area would just be the location, the facilities, the roads, so things like that. You know, these things that you consider when you look for properties. But there is one that is very
Weird, but actually true.
very true, very true. When your neighborhood begins to affect the rent you pay.
Even your neighbors, not just the neighborhood.
Don't get it twisted. It's not in the way you are thinking about it. Maybe while we dive into this conversation, you would understand where we're coming from. I'm sure you have something like that to share with us today. So there are so many things we have discovered about neighbors and neighborhood and how they affect rent, which shouldn't really be. All right. We're going to be talking about them today in this video and see how you relate to some of these stories we'll be sharing. So, Miss Ada, when we came up with, I didn't even introduce you. Please, I'm doing this always with no other than
Adaeze Anosike.
And I am Cynthia Oluchi. So tell me, Miss Ada, when we came up with this topic, it was funny to me. But at the end of the day, it's actually something that happens. It's something that happens.
That actually happened to me.
Okay, let me just leave the floor for you. Share with us. How do neighbors?
I have to start with the most recent one that happened to my friend of mine.
Please, you can share both.
Okay. This friend called me and she wanted to install a conditioner in her room. She's actually staying in a 3-bedroom flat. And on the process of doing it, you know how noisy it can be while you're trying to drill the wall,
you can't hide it.
Yeah,
it's just like yesterday when I went to a facility to get some things checked. They were having some repairs of the noise there.
So the noise was too much. So the landlord, it happened the same building, the same house. Their landlord lives there. So the landlord came out and was like, who is making this noise? That he doesn't like anybody opening the wall.
Boring the wall.
But on getting to see what's happening, the landlord was like, anyway, this thing they did not open the wall because some buildings,
they should have
when you enter, you see they used to leave opening for AC pipes to pass. So she now told the landlord that she's the one opening it, that is for AC pipe to pass. This happened during that dry season. Everywhere was hot now. So she needed to put AC. The landlord called her like, oh, you're the one fixing AC. Wow, that's nice. Then the shocker came. She said, the landlord was like, but first, the neighbor downstairs was telling her, you're a big girl, you have money to buy AC. Do you know how much AC costs now?
Can you imagine?
Next thing, after the neighbor told her she has money she don't know she has money to fix AC. Then the landlord now came out like, we are going to increase your rent by next year. You will not be paying the 500 you are paying again. You will now be paying 700,000. That's extra.
Is it only for your friend or
no, for everybody? So that's what I'm telling you now. See how just one neighbor
has affected
the whole building. So that's what I'm trying to say.
Does it mean that when you provide home facilities for yourself and you are staying in a rented apartment,
don't even know how long this person has been saving this money to get this air conditioner?
But does it matter? Is it supposed to affect rent? Because when we started this video, I was like, there are basic things that should affect rent.
So the first rent was increased when one neighbor bought a car. The house. So you see now that one affected them. Now she fixed AC and it's not affecting every other person.
So probably when someone else buys something else,
the rent will still be increased again.
But my question to you, Ms. Adana, is it supposed to be so?
It's not supposed to be so. It's not supposed
to be so. Does it now mean that if someone wants to get something, you have to hide it? And I've actually heard cases of people saying, I hide things from my landlord so that, but I used to think it's just people owing rent.
Even want their landlord or landlady to enter their house, because some of the things you have in your house, I don't know whether I should call it envy or I don't know what to call it. But then,
because I used to think that people that do this, maybe if you're owing rent, you've not paid,
you're not owing
that you're not supposed to
Some
buy
of them, they're
anything.
just like
That
that.
is when you start blocking your landlord on your status, WhatsApp status, and all that. So when I just buy something for myself, I'm supposed
actually funny.
to shake.
I was just laughing. I was like, girl, you see now, who told you to buy AC?
Wait, is it captured in the tenancy agreement?
It's captured where? It's not captured though. You can fix it now. Okay, DSF, according to her, they have this thing. The switch is there. Just that opening is not there.
So they actually expected.
Yes, exactly.
They expected you to buy.
Even they
so when
have
you eventually
switch
buy,
for
it's a
heater,
problem.
but they do not put heater. So maybe if you also buy heater, put for yourself, the rent will be increased again. It's actually funny, but it used to happen.
Because it's not just this one as factors that affect rent. They told us location, they told us facilities, they told us the age of the building.
Exactly.
So many things. So now, people that are in charge of academic curriculum, you've now seen it that
maybe people need to add this one too.
The progress of your neighbor can actually affect how much you pay as rent, and it's quite shocking. Really, it's quite shocking to know that if I want to get something, because I'm staying in a rented apartment, I have to be very careful. I have to, so that my rent.
So that's why actually some people don't like living in a building where their landlord or landlady or anybody related to them is staying. So I think this is part of the reasons.
Yeah.
So sometimes once you tell anybody this house or the landlord, they will say, no, I will not stay in any building that the landlord or the landlady is staying in. No. Because you have to.
Because I used to be like, everybody would mind their business. I don't know.
Sometimes they don't mind their business. So. This side, then let's talk about this one. Is about the neighbor.
No, wait, but I still have a question about this your friend. What did she now do? Did she go ahead with installation?
Yes, now she already bought it now.
I don't know how long this happened. Has the rent increment happened
according
already?
To what she told me, she said they said it's from the next year.
Okay.
Not that current year.
Okay.
From the next one. They will have to pay the new 700,000.
But it's funny how even if I want to do something like that, even if I was the landlord and I want to increase my tenant's rent because she bought something which is not supposed to be, I wouldn't tell her immediately. I wouldn't make her feel like it's because of what you bought. I should be able to hold myself.
To be like 3 months, 4 months
before you now be like, okay, since I see that my tenants are progressing, they should. Not just coming outrightly and announcing that there would be rent increase.
People should actually be praying for, there are things people check out for when parking into a building. And this issue of the landlord staying there is one. I believe a good landlord or a good landlady should always pray for people staying in your house to succeed. Because it's even easier for you when they park out, you can increase the rent for the new person.
And if they progress, it's easier for them to pay you your rent without issues.
Any issue. This time I remember the thing that I used to laugh. Like, how?
Interesting. And something you said really struck me now, that this is one of the reasons why people don't want to stay where their landlords are. Because I used to wonder why. And this really answers that. AC. What if she bought a car?
I told you now, the first person, the neighbor, bought a car. And the that was the first time. Then now she fixed AC. The thing is, we can't even say whether it's because of the AC. But to her, that's what it is. Because how can you just be saying, oh, you're the one?
Okay.
And immediately,
I understand that maybe the landlord has been nurturing that idea in his mind. But wisdom should have told him
the fact that you spoke about that thing. You're already talking about,
and you already told this person, oh, you have money.
He was not the one. It was the neighbor, another neighbor. But you heard him say it. Okay,
so yeah,
you made a comment like, yes, so she's a big girl.
Meaning you heard
that means
it sparked something girl, in your mind.
You can pay that money you want to, even if you had it in mind to increase the rent. I just think it wasn't.
The timing was off. It's just off. Nobody would hear this story and believe that the landlord did not do that thing out of
just because
spite
of that
or envy. And maybe, it might not even be the case.
Landlord will say, me, I don't have AC in my house, and you are buying AC. And they're not even using the same light. Everybody has their own prepaid meter.
Okay, so it's not affecting anybody. Oh, okay, maybe the weight of the AC is going to affect the building. What do you want me to say? This is just very funny. Very funny. Okay, you said you have a personal experience.
This one is now my own personal experience. the place I'm staying in, when I parked in there, our rent was like the range of 400 to 500. I don't want to mention
The exact
exact
price.
price, yes. Then we parked in. To be sincere, my landlord and landlady, they are nice people. So I won't lie, they are nice people. But then after a year or 2 years, after 2 years, they called us. The landlord said something that he will increase the rent. He just added 50,000. I won't call it just though, because it's something. He added fifty
Don't you know that
thousand.
some people
He
in
added
some
fifty
areas
thousand,
are paying
and he
something
was
like
saying
that?
something
That's funny.
like he went to Enugu to get one room apartment, and the price they are calling for him is more than what he's collecting from us for 3 bedroom. So a lot of persons did not talk. We just accepted it. The whole tenants, everybody accepted it.
If
I
you
was
don't
like, no
like it, you
problem.
pack
It's
out
after two
now.
years, exactly. It was
Okay.
after 2 years.
Okay.
So later, after another 2 years,
He came back again with another increment.
they sent another memo. This time, the first one he called us because he wanted a meeting. Now they sent a memo
Okay.
that the rent will be increased. But before then, there is this building opposite my house, directly opposite. Two-story building, 3 floors. The ground floor is self-con.
Okay.
First one is two-bedroom apartment. The second floor is still two-bedroom apartment.
Okay.
And the rent passing there is around 900,000 for
For
two
which?
bedroom,
Okay.
two bedroom. And I believe when
It's
they
not
are
wait. So it's 900,000. Meanwhile, you people are paying around 400 to
to 500,
500.
yes, for three
Okay.
bedroom,
For three
three
bedroom.
bedroom,
Yes.
yes. So the self-con on the ground floor, their rent is 450,000,
Okay.
just almost the same range with what we are paying for here.
For you that have three
3 bed.
bedroom.
So when they fixed this rent, I was telling my friend that my mind is telling me they will increase our rent. Can you imagine this house, those self-con, they are paying almost what we are paying. Then the 2 bed safe is even almost times two of our own. That my mind is telling me that my mind was like, they can't increase the rent now. It's not the same time they build the house. Building
Age.
material is
When
not
we
the same
started,
thing.
I talked
Exactly.
about it.
The prices of
Building
building
age.
materials are not the same from that time and now.
Now.
So you can't compare. So
And
there's
also, you
nothing
people
that
are already sitting tenants in that
I was
property.
like,
It's
my
not
mind
like
is
you're
telling
new.
me they will increase our rent. She was like, no, they will not increase it. I said, okay, let's watch. After people packed in fact, before they finished everything, people already
People,
packed in.
meaning they even found it affordable.
Affordable, exactly. So after like 4 months, they passed the memo
Okay. The
that
new
our
memo.
rent had been increased. They added 200,000 to what we are paying. Everybody, all the tenants, they had to call meeting.
Yeah, I remember you said that the last time nobody said anything, you just
Yes,
accepted
this
it.
one called
But this
meeting.
time around,
Do you know when we called the meeting, the landlord came. When we brought up the topic, he was like, "Now you should go and check this building and ask
you
them how
never
much they are
pointing
paying for
out
self." I was like, I
sizes,
said
it's
it. I was like, I said it. I know that this building is going to bring problem for us.
but
I was like,
actually this one is even is at least we know that because in estate management as a course we know that the rental value or property value as a whole can be drawn from comparison.
yeah, yes, it's
And
true,
yes,
exactly,
can
yeah.
be drawn from comparison. But I cannot still get my mind over
The
that
first
of
time.
AC. AC, but then
So this is part of what can affect rent.
yes,
But this
neighborhood.
one now is now your
Your
neighborhood. Even
neighborhood.
the other 3 bedroom behind
Mm.
self, their rent is up to like 1 million.
And that one
So
existed before this new one.
almost the same time they
Okay,
finished both of
okay.
them. Yes, almost the same time.
Mm.
But people packed in to that one, as
The
in they
new
packed into
one
that one opposite us first.
faster
Yes.
and first before the other one.
So I was like, I said it.
So
I
when
know
you are
this thing is
moving
going to
into when you are
affect us.
saying that this building is cheap, well, remember that somebody can come and put up something new that would affect the price you are currently paying.
So
That's a
as you are
very
staying
good
in
one.
any building, just get yourself ready for any increments that will come at any time. Once they start building house close to you, if you can, go and beg them not to increase the rent.
Or you better, or if you know that you won't be able to afford what's coming, better start looking for house immediately, because it's going to be increased. Because come to think of it, if you were the landlord and you know that you have what this person has, even better, even better, and this person is collecting, you won't feel good, especially when it's in the same location. But I hope he's providing the necessary
just
services.
like I told you earlier, for my compound, my landlord and my landlady, they are nice.
Okay.
They are nice. So that's why even when we went for the meeting, we tried to talk to them. They are like giving us reasons. And you can see the economy. They also have to solve other issues. So it's not like I have the money. I even have to tell them I'm a salary earner now. If people should consider me, I already have a particular amount I set aside every month for rent.
For that would accumulate for your rent at the end of the year.
Even if anything is happening, my salary, nobody like this is how much I'm bringing out every month for rent. And this thing now is going to affect my budget,
your budget
and everything. So
as a smart money
they say
they
are going they are going to look into it, but then they are still telling us to sign it and bring the agreement. But I called my neighbor.
They already issued.
They gave for that increment a new tenancy agreement. They told me when I asked the landlady asked me for the document. I was like, "Ma, I thought you are going to I returned it to her because they said they are going to look into it. So she was like, "But I've not signed it." I said, "I thought you are going to prepare another one and maybe reduce the rent to increase more." She was like, "No, you should sign it."
Once you sign it.
I called my neighbor. He said he already signed his own and he has already given it to them. I was like, once you sign it,
you are fine though. Unless you don't want
just
to
know that
stay
you've agreed that this is the price you are paying next year. And another thing they did was giving us time. They gave us time.
They said in 2 years. Is that what they said?
No,
in 6 months.
In a year, they gave us complete 1 year. So for you now, if it's not something you can do, you have time to look for another place and prepare yourself. Then if it's something you still have time to start saving up for it.
That's very kind of him. That's rich of him. Okay, so what is the conclusion or the deduction we'll make from the entire thing about neighborhood affecting rental prices or rent?
For me, I think just like I jokingly said before, once you are staying in the first thing, we are in Nigeria, things are not constant. Our economy is not steady.
It's fluctuating.
Exactly. So once you are staying in any place, once you are staying in any apartment, just like things do increase in price in the market,
be open-minded
that anything can happen where you are staying.
That's correct.
Anything can happen. The only thing you will now be checking is they should not just come up with it
suddenly without giving time. That would be wicked.
Exactly.
That would be,
because you can't tell somebody that is paying his rent in 3 months' time that you are increasing rent, and the person is going to pay it the next time he's paying. I will tag that one wickedness.
No, that's why I actually said your landlord was very kind.
So he gave us complete 1 year.
Ample time.
So if you are staying in any place, if you are renting house or you're already living in an apartment, and you have other buildings coming up there, you can as well go and check or maybe ask them. Because what I actually did then was to let banner they kept there.
Yes.
I called the number. I asked the person as if I want to rent the house.
Said how much?
How much is this place going for? They told me. I already had it in mind that. So I was already
even
preparing
before the
myself.
landlord came with his.
I was already preparing myself for anything that
you
already
happen. Knew what was coming, and
I was already preparing myself.
Interesting.
So that's just the thing.
Thank you so much for that wonderful piece of advice. Be reminded that we are real estate professionals. Yeah. We actually forget.
And all the things we are telling you, they are not fictions. No. These things are real. These things are life experiences. So it's not like we are fabricating it.
For content,
we are telling you things that either happen to myself
or myself or
Oluchi,
someone
or any other person that we know. So it happens.
And that's why we call it real estate catch up.
So so that you can know what is happening and know how to equip yourself
for this economy.
Because this neighborhood thing can also even affect your investment. Like you want to buy a property, just to know it can also affect
because if someone has pegged their property at a particular price and a neighbor or a close by property is selling is higher. So why should I
sell lower again? I have to come up even if it's not the exact price.
There should be a bit of balance.
Exactly.
Maybe if the person is even providing more infrastructure and every other thing, there should be a sort of balance. Why I should come up.
Next time, we are going to also tell you how this neighborhood of a thing affects real estate investment. Like you buying properties, selling houses.
Yes.
So we also going to treat that.
Stay glued to
in our next
channel.
Episode, part 2.
We're going to see in the next episode, which is going to be the part 2 of this episode.
Yeah, how your neighborhood or your neighbor affects rent, but this one is now going to be on how it affects real estate investment.
So if you're an investor, don't go nowhere. You're going to be back. So in addition to all the factors that you've known that affect rent or rental value, you've seen that neighborhood and neighbors, I won't forget that AC, can actually affect rental value or rent. This is Real Estate Catch Up, and we will see you again in the next video. Bye.